Hey guys, welcome back to a follow-up video on Bad Batch. We'll be discussing episodes 5 through 8. Now we'll be heading on to episode 5 titled Rampage. The synopsis for this episode is the Bad Batch accept a rescue assignment in exchange for some information. Omega is told to stay on the ship. So, what are our thoughts on this episode?
It's interesting. Of the filler episodes, there's quite a bit more action than the other ones. We do get to see some of the Bad Batch action we're used to, which is good, but like it is also still a filler episode.
I do agree with that. Like, while the Bad Batch is an action-packed show, right? That kind of action can fill out at certain parts, and they're gonna need something to help keep the show going. And I kind of felt like with this episode, the thing is, right? These filler episodes, I think they get an excuse. Oh, the excuse of why these filler episodes are there is because of the fact, hey, they go to a planet, get some info, but they have to do something to get the info and get the trust of that other person who
It's very repetitive, isn't it?
it's very like tedious, even for like episodes. Watching more recent episodes, and especially with the one that's come out after 9, which episode 10, you have don't set yourself a high bar the episode after a good one, because sometimes they might be good, but at the same time you don't know if the episode after the one you just watched is that gonna have substance compared to what you just watched. While Bad Batch has its those episodes that are like the goldens, like I say, like not even the golden standard, but like episodes that really stick out, which like we can say like episode 1 really stuck out. I think in this, from episodes 5 through 8, I think the only one that really stuck out the most was the 8th episode, in my opinion. But we will get to that later.
I suppose we'll get to that. Can I just say,
Go ahead, man.
what I did like about this episode is it introduced Omega to her like key weapon of the series. We've got the bow thing. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, I thought that was cool to see.
I kind of felt it was a bit, I don't know, I don't want to say coincidental, but it just felt like really out of place, if you get what I mean.
Feel forced, that kind of thing.
I wouldn't say feel forced, but it just kind of was unexpected. It just kind of happened by chance, basically, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the whole episode, I'm trying to remember it like chronological order. Because last episode left off, episode 4 was the whole Phoenix Shan thing. So they go to this planet, Ord Mantell. So they go to Ord Mantell. Apparently, Echo knows this person who has this info on particular bounty hunters, right? But the thing is, it's like, hey, in exchange for this, you guys got to do me this. So the Bad Batch go on this rescue mission to get this Muchi. What's her name?
I think the name is Muchi. Yeah. It was a baby rancor.
Yeah, it was a Rancor, basically.
I didn't. Oh, also, can I say I didn't like the twist that it was like, oh my god, it's not who we thought it was. Whoa, it's not the boy. I didn't like that. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, because even it threw me off. Because like, hey, they showed people are captured, like like these, for lack of a better word, cat people look a lot. Cat people, like all like was it? Yeah, it was cat people. Like I swear to God, I couldn't help but think I see cat people. They held people hostage, or like I don't know what it was. I don't want to say slaves, but like they made a General Grievous reference that another one to my collection, but like it was a bit dark because of the fact like because he kept capturing people, so I guess he was like that's why he said adding to my collection, or I don't know the context of course because it's been out for quite a while, but like it felt like a dark joke, like just like no one will notice type of thing. But I think then other than that, your standard action, these guys the Bad Batch get captured, but then they end up getting freed. They like get Muchi settled and everything. They bring them back, and turns out what's the episode caps off with Jabba's right hand man, the dude we see in the ending of Mando season 2. I don't know what's his, a bib Fortuna. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but
Sure, that sounds about right.
it sounds about right. And he shows up, and I'm thinking, is this tied into Return of the Jedi? Because I'm not sure whether I don't know the whole story and all that and lore, but is this the Rancor that Luke Skywalker ends up defeating?
Yeah. Is it that? Is it the famous scene?
Yeah, the infamous. Yeah, because it was like I like that. I guess because it was surprising to see that kind of character because I didn't know a character from Star Wars, like the movies. Bit Fortuna, especially in the Mando season 2 finale. If all of you know, spoilers for that Mando season 2 finale post-credit scene before Boba Fett enters Jabba's palace and takes everyone out. Bit Fortuna is pretty much the guy who's kind of running things until Boba shows up and announces that he's going to get a new show in 2021.
Yeah, probably should say. We should say a bit late, but there's some spoilers in this episode.
Oh my god! Yeah, I need to just.
Yeah, we're spoiling some stuff. Forgot to say that. But oh well. You probably established that by now.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. So I guess nothing much happened. Nothing much happened, but it was just the fact that Omega just got that new weapon, which I think I don't mind. But
Yeah. Oh, and also at the end they find out Fennec Shan is the bounty hunter after them. I thought that was it was alright. It was a good way to show it. I suppose they needed the intel, so they went for it. I think it would have been cooler to see them themselves go and find the intel instead of them just getting it given to them.
yeah, it's true. They had to kind of work their way up, if you get what I mean. Yeah, because it's like, hey, this is this kind of people you meet. It's not an instant. It's not something that it's just spoon fed to you. You got to kind of earn your way. You got to earn your keep, basically. So that type of thing.
Yeah.
Now we are heading on to.
Anyway,
Oh, what was that? Sorry.
I was going to say, should we move on to the next episode?
Yes, we'll be heading on to the next episode. Episode 6.
Decommissioned.
Indeed. Episode 6 titled Decommissioned. On a mission to acquire a valuable asset, the Bad Batch encounters smugglers after the same target. So, this episode picks up right where we left off. I don't want to get to. Okay. I will. Okay. I think you're going to say this is the filler episode. But I just want to say, there's a character reveal here.
No. I was gonna say this is the episode with the Martez sisters.
Yeah, okay, we'll get to them because like well, we both have our feelings. We both have our feelings, just to keep it short.
Feelings is one way to put it.
Oh yeah, that's the only way I feel like we can put it. But
yeah, I think if you like them as characters,
we do not judge you. We're just giving our end of the spectrum, basically.
Yeah, well, we will judge you, but no.
Okay. Oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first. George does not want your opinion. All right. Sorry. Okay. So.
No. No. Okay. Well, without going straight to them, those who shall not be named. How about we just talk about the episode as a whole?
Okay. So if I remember correctly, Sid just tasks. Okay. So pretty much the Bad Batch, it's like a mission. They basically, hey, get this asset, which is a tactical droid. All seems good.
It's all going well.
Bad Batch are sneaking in all right, until something goes sideways. Basically, I don't know what, because the episodes have come out pretty well.
I think isn't it the Separatist droids? Oh, and also they find the Martez.
Well, no, it wasn't I don't know what actually the thing happened, but I know later in the episode to get out they activate all the droids and all the Separatist droids and all the Bow droids. Is it Bow droids? The Roger. No, the Roger. What are those called? I'm sorry. I know they're called something, but we'll call them.
Let's call them Roger Rogers. Roger Rogers is fine.
Rogers, yeah. Yeah, so the thing is, okay, Bad Batch are sneaking in, everybody's all good and all well and all that. Mission's going alright until I think Omega encounters one of the sisters, and then it's revealed, Martez sisters. No, I just realized, I think it's the Martez sisters they see sneaking in the place. And they came there before.
Yeah, and then they identify them as you guys.
Yeah, and now we can get into the hot topic, I guess, the heated discussion, which is the reveal that the Martez sisters are in this. So I will say there's a positive. There's a positive about this. I know there's not many positives when it comes to these characters, but okay, if people are fans of the Martez sisters, hey, you're glad to know that they survived the Empire world. They're doing fine. They're living.
Yay!
That's the best I can put it, man. I'm sorry. That was like the only pro I could genuinely give. But other than that, the reason why I don't mind the reveal is because, hey, familiar characters from a previous season of Clone Wars, season 7 being where the Bad Batch have been debuted from, and Martez sisters. But let me tell you guys something about the Martez sisters. If you guys don't know about Clone Wars, each episode is not just like an episode. Certain episodes, like from episodes 1 through 4.
So it's a story arc. It's
an arc, basically. Yeah, like the first, season 7 of Clone Wars, there was 3 different arcs, distinct arcs. You had however many episodes dedicated to the Bad Batch arc.
Which was the best arc after the Siege of Mandalorian, of course.
I will say this. I don't mind the Bad Batch arc, but I just feel like it was your stereotypical kind of Clone Wars stuff.
Ooh, really? I thought it was a great arc.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I get what the payoff was, because if y'all don't know the payoff, spoiler alert for season 7 of Clone Wars, which I think you should watch. Skip the Ahsoka arc, watch just the Bad Batch arc and the Mandalore arc. Another just weird opinion. Now we know we're doing a Bad Batch discussion, but we went into Clone Wars, but related in a way. But I will say this: I don't mind the Bad Batch in the first in season 7, but I just didn't like them because I just felt like they were all archetypes basically. I just felt like, okay, for lack of a better word, I'm gonna put it in a weird way. They were pretty much like Ninja Turtles.
You're not wrong.
Where everyone's like a distinct character. I know it's weird to say, but I know it's weird comparison, but they all just kind of play the stereotypical attitude or the stereotypical type of person. That's just my 2 cents. I want to get back to this episode, but now with the Martez sisters. My only flaw with the Martez sisters is that they were not really good characters, and why I say that is because Season 7 of Clone Wars, after the Bad Batch arc, explores Ahsoka, and if you guys don't know, Ahsoka was a Jedi. Then in later episodes of Clone Wars, she was framed, but even after being proven to be not guilty, she still left the Order because of the fact that she saw that they weren't the people, they were who they are said to be. But when we pick up with Ahsoka, and I think it lasts for 3 episodes, if I'm not mistaken, that whole Ahsoka arc in Clone Wars. But when we get introduced to the Martez sisters, cool, what do you do with these characters? What are they going to show? Let me tell you, I honestly, when watching season 7 of the Clone Wars, waiting for the series to progress, right, it just kind of really slowed Clone Wars down, and I don't think the Ahsoka character was bad. But the thing is, the Martez sisters, it's a weird metaphor, but Martez sisters are like the chains that pull down Ahsoka's true story. Ahsoka, what do you do? What is she doing in all these past years after leaving the Jedi? It's an interesting thing, but it dragged on Ahsoka's story.
I think it does, yeah.
Yeah, I think this show, I'm not sure what's the reasoning, but like I felt like Ahsoka's arc was really not necessary. I feel like they could have easily ended her and that relationship with the Martez sisters in 1 episode.
Yeah, it was a bit too long. Yeah.
Or at least both sisters could have been a mirror of Ahsoka, where one of the sisters is more optimistic, but one of the sisters is like Ahsoka when she's now fully matured and sees the world is not truly the way it is, and maybe it could have made her go like, hey, I gotta get back into being a Jedi again. Which we do find during that first episode of the Ahsoka arc. Bo-Katan, literally, if I'm not mistaken, Bo-Katan just comes up to her and is like, hey, Ahsoka, we need you to help us fight. And she refuses.
Yeah, it lets down that whole season.
Because that was my only gripe with that. Season 7 of Clone Wars is great. It's the Ahsoka arc that's really the letdown of that whole entire series.
Maybe back to
the episode. Back to the episode. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So what happens is they get the asset, and then don't they decide to give it to the Martez sisters?
They destroyed the tactical droid. Right?
Oh, actually no. This episode has the best joke in Bad Batch history. I think it's one of the Martez sisters goes, okay, so this battlehead's going to make something of an echo, and then the echo just goes, yes, hello, and it is amazing.
Yeah, the episode kind of, okay, so the Bad Batch and the Martez sisters, they kind of had to reluctantly join forces because of the fact that the droid police basically just found them. So what one of them does, they link up to the tactical droid's head and basically activate all the Sith troop, like anything from your battle droids to your Roger Rogers and your other droids, just pretty much before they get scrapped, and they tear the place down a bit. Tactical droid kind of, it kind of gets destroyed. And then let us mention the Wrecker in the room, because during this whole time, he was KO'd.
Oh yeah, had a bad headache, didn't he?
Bad headache? Nah, bro, that's his inhibitor chip kicking in, because you can hear him whispering that line that Hunter always echoes: the good soldiers follow orders.
Good soldiers follow orders.
Yes, but they don't say that fully, but that when they cut away that line, it kind of shows you that, yo, Wrecker's never going to be on the deep end. That's pretty much it. This episode, but before the episode ends, the Martez sisters get a secret caller.
Oh yeah, they call, who do they call again?
A secret character. They call a character that's in the next episode, which we'll be moving on to. But yeah, the episode ends with the Martez sisters calling someone, informing them of these defected clones. Now we should head on to episode 7, titled Battle Scars. Now this episode, I really enjoyed.
Yeah, it was great. So do you want to do just a quick synopsis? So
The synopsis for this
I'll do it for
the synopsis for this episode says,
I will do.
oh damn, okay, George ambition up in here.
Oh yeah, I'm taking it.
Oh, George got a lot. You see, the moment George takes something away from you, you know there's a passion.
As they traverse a decommissioned medical facility, the Bad Batch encounter an unexpected threat. Okay, this episode has Rex in it, so it's of course instantly better.
Yeah. Okay, let me tell you this. During that episode, when they're in Sid's bar, there's always that one character they always focused on.
Yeah.
And he always had a hood. You never saw this figure, and they always keep circling that back around.
Until it's Rex. Ta-da!
When these two dudes get into a fight, and Rex kind of chases them out, you see an arm with a blue streak on it, and then the moment that hood goes up, the whole Star Wars fandom cheered from every part of the earth because it was one of the favorite characters and a really iconic Clone Wars character being Captain Goddamn Rex. If y'all don't know Captain Rex, let me just simplify it for you. This man is just John Wick of the clone army.
God is God.
That man dual wields 2 pistols. That doesn't tell you anything. That should already tell you right there. That man, he's a badass. Bad Batch are like, hey, yo, it's Rex after so long. And then they all meet up. But that's when Rex comes with a catch. This ain't a friendly meetup. Rex says, hey, you guys still got your inhibitor chips in you?
Yeah, and then he flips. So they go to a medical base. Just some medical base somewhere. I have no idea where.
They go to I don't know which. They go on Braca. I may not be the biggest Star Wars head in the room or the man that knows his lore, but Braca was actually a planet in Jedi Fallen Order. That's where you pick up that's where the game first starts off in. You're literally introduced to Cal Kestis. He's in that planet, that scrappy planet.
Oh.
In episode 8, you see these people or in the end of the episode, you see these hunters all have this similar kind of clothing to what Cal wears. So just wanted to point that out there, that Braca was in Jedi Fallen Order.
Awesome.
What I like about this episodes 7 and 8, I like the art, especially when they do the wide shots of Braca.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like something you would literally frame on your wall, because I like the fact that it really shows how small they are in retrospect to the whole scale of the crash ship around them. So they're traversing through this decommissioned, I don't know what the actual ship is called, but you'll see it and get a model or at least a picture of it showing that ship they use. It's pretty iconic in Star Wars. It's mainly during that kind of Clone War era or your prequel era type of stuff.
But then they do the surgery on there, don't they? That's why they're there.
They traverse. They're in the medical bay, and hey, they're about to prepare surgery on. They're about to prepare that whole
the chip removal thing.
Inhibitor chip removal, because X smartass made something that can remove that chip or at least detect where the chip is, so that we can extract it.
Yes.
However, the procedure doesn't go fully as planned because just before they can even scan Wrecker,
he's gone. He's too far gone.
He flips on a switch, and it's a horror movie from then on out. He's beating everyone, throwing everyone across the corner. He's just not ballistic, but almost animalistic because of that fact that in this episode, even though for this sequence not being so long, it really highlights the fact that if Wrecker is in the zone, he can crush anyone and anything in his path because of the fact that his brute strength goes beyond volumes. If you've seen previous episodes if you've seen season 7 of Clone Wars, he lifts up a gunship, or later in episode 8, he lifts some pretty heavy objects and he can wield one and he can hold one like it ain't nobody's business. Pretty much go toe to toe with a Rancor like it's no one's business. This scene kind of shows you no one can really stop him because of the fact that when he's set like that, when the inhibitor chip just commands his whole mind. Scary, man. There's no other words to describe it. Even the scene with Omega, you see how, from her perspective, how tense it is because it's he's just controlled. That scene was intense because of the fact they almost made it a horror-like sequence. You get Omega hiding, and they show a shot where Wrecker thinks he's about to find her, but turns out no. But she was hiding behind him. You think Wrecker's about to pretty much end her. And it's pretty scary because of the fact even though Omega's pleading him to remember her, he's good soldiers follow orders, and he's about to shoot her until Rex with the last minute save uses that stun option, and they're down for the count. All the Bad Batch finally get their inhibitor chips out. Rex has to say his last goodbye to the team, hopes that he can see them again, and that's where this episode caps off. Now, episode 8, titled The Reunion. George, take it away.
Episode 8, Reunion. The Bad Batch find themselves cornered on Tetris terrain.
Oh, damn, that's it? Oh, wow. Okay, let me just say this right now. Episode 8, out of all these past episodes, in my opinion, is first place. I know episode 7 had Rex. I get that. Rex is cool. I understand Rex's title because Rex is a cool character. I like Rex. But this episode here, episode 8, I really, really loved because of the fact I felt like there was a good mix of humor, action, and suspense in certain areas. Episode 8 picks up with that whole little funny scene where Omega Wrecker's trying to teach her how you disarm a bomb. You think it's like actually gonna go off, but then no, it was just a smoke bomb. Hey, they all had their fun. Echo, Wrecker, and Omega, they're all going about their day. It's because they're still in Braca at the moment. But from the last episode, episode 7, these I don't know what you call it, these scrappers or whatever, they catch them. So the fact that these scrappers also inform the Empire back in Kamino. Crosshair gets the information.
Or Crosshair gets the episode. Also, can I say I like how he gets burnt at the end. It shows how like he's getting battle scars. He's becoming more of an Empire soldier.
That is a good analogy, man. Not bad. Good on you. Other than that, it's a little bit of your action sequence. They chase these scrappers. Wrecker as a cartoonish man-child, just holds onto the ship.
It's something like that, yeah.
They take them down. Everything seems fine and all that. They're all holding supplies. They're like just hoarding stuff like weapons and necessary supplies they needed before they left. Whilst Omega meets up with Tech, they're all in like the hangar bay area, or at least like in the kind of central area, like the piloting, where all like the stuff goes down. They're like trying to get the ship started. Truly enough, an Empire fleet just so happens to like pass the sky and land.
What happens to be there,
But then you see that, hey, Crosshair didn't come alone. You see like lines, like rows of soldiers, and you see the fact like Crosshair's coming out, like being the leading guy in it, and it's pretty dope because it's like all out war. Like it has that feeling. I know this is not episode 4, but they really are feeling cornered at this point.
Whoa. Yeah, you're right though. I do like also how they escape. It like follows up on the bomb at the start and then ends with them exploding the thing. Yeah,
because the episode begins with the fact that you think, oh, they're disarming a bomb. The end of the episode, there's gotta be something to do with disarming a bomb. But before we get to that, you get the Bad Batch like, oh, they're trying to sneak out. They're trying to find every single like way they cannot get detected. But the Bad Batch get pretty much cornered from both ends, from troopers. Crosshair's just there.
He knows their tactics.
Because he is one of them. He was a Bad Batch member before being an Imperial scumbag. Do you still like Crosshair? This is just a genuine question.
I still want him to come back. He's just... I know he's not gonna though. I know in my heart.
He is irredeemable. He's irredeemable. I'm sorry. I have to break it to you like that. Because he literally, when the Bad Batch are cornered, and Hunter Even's like, hey, go after me, but not the kid. I like how Crosshair just says, kill the kid. And a gunfight ensues. And I think the moment the action kicked in, from this sequence till the end of the episode, it was so good. I feel like the action was shot correctly. You could see what people were doing. And I like the fact like Omega got a few like good hits in. She was able to use a bow and she was pretty good at it as well. My favorite one was the fact when that like flame trooper or some trooper was about to get up and Wrecker just so coincidentally was holding a torpedo like no one's business, and he just threw that across the room. And man, that was I just started laughing out loud because that just seemed painful. One moment that dude was there, next minute that dude flew across the screen, bro.
Yeeted him.
He pretty much yeeted him, yeah, basically. Then your action ensues. The Bad Batch are trying to get their way out of Braca, but Crosshair sniping from the other side. And then the Bad Batch pretty much they make almost a suicide plan. From earlier episode when Tech was working on where most of the stuff goes down in the ship. He activated the systems, making them online and functional, and the Bad Batch just so happened to be inside of the engines. They're like, it's either we go out and we die, or we stay in here and we get burnt. But they had a lot of bombs that they're about to sell, but they say, hey, this is our last ditch attempt. How about we bomb this whole entire engine, or at least this booster, and we're gonna have to fall down with it. They line it up all correctly. They set the charges, and man, that sequence was tense.
Yeah.
Because of the fact like when they're falling, you could see it, and the characters shift whilst they're falling. And there's also a bit of tension with Omega, and she's about to fall, but Hunter's like catching her just in time, and that was amazing. And Crosshair, I feel sorry for the dude. He wasn't about to get fried. Man got hit back by that engine thruster, right? Because of the engine, because the fire basically of the engine, like it was like powerful. It pushed back Crosshair. His helmet came off, and so much of that was so powerful that it started to like burn his face off. That was pretty horrific, man. But honestly, he got what he deserved because I just don't think Crosshair's redeemable. What happens is the Bad Batch are a bit displaced, so Crosshair's being prepped for like medical, he's getting medical treatment basically. But he's like, hey, find the clone that's about to get the girl and all that. They did a really cool shot. You get the shot of this clone who seems to be fine, but the camera shifts and the clone is knocked down. And I thought they were in that hangar bay from earlier, like the one where they're operating the room and everything. But no, this is like a completely different area. All these clones are pretty much decimated, and Hunter's already like, someone's here. And Hunter like slowly approaches, and you get this Western music, and who do you know? Clone Wars legend again. A Clone Wars legendary character that people might not know. Star Wars fans would know, of course. Cad goddamn Bane.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I literally screamed because I was like, wow, I can't believe they did that level of a cameo. Though people might not know him because he's not that mainstream, because he's mainly in the more animated series, but for those who love the animated series, this was truly a blessing in disguise, man.
Oh, it's so good.
This was honestly the icing on the cake for this episode. This is why I loved it. He got the most stylish entrance. He was just chilling on his ship, and he was like, yeah, you're not gonna get through me. I'm Cad Bane. What were your thoughts when you saw that cameo and it was Cad Bane?
It was insane. So good to see. Cad Bane Western action.
Oh, we get a good Western standoff, and you think Hunter. Okay, the thing is, they make it seem like Hunter can have the edge. Cad Bane hits Hunter. Hunter misses Cad Bane and shoots his droid, CT, whatever.
Who is played by Seth Green, who's a semi-famous guy, if you know who that is.
I was like, yo, Seth Green voices this droid? I was like, wow. But then the thing is, yo, Hunter's knocked out for the count. Hunter was shot dead in his chest. Cad Bane is like just slowly closing in on Omega, and Omega thinks she's got one more good shot in, but Cad Bane just stuns her in time and gets her. She gets kidnapped. And pretty much, then you get this first-person perspective of Hunter's helmet and how like the other members are trying to rescue him. Then the ending goes off with Hunter takes up his helmet. Hunter's like, they took Omega. We need to go after her. And the episode ends there.
Anyway, absolutely banger of an episode.
This really, I think, out of all in this second quarter, I felt like episode 8 was so good.
Yeah, I agree. Episode 8 was the best.
I really liked the fact with episode 8 there was a sense of stakes. There was like, hey, we gotta escape because we're cornered right now. How do we get out of this situation? Where what I really love about this episode was the fact that they brought in a really good character, Cad Bane. I've only watched season finale of season 1 for the Clone Wars, and he makes his kind of debut there. Cad Bane is a household character, so to bring him into the series is pretty good because of the fact that he's more of an animated character because he's debuted off the animated Star Wars properties. And I think Star Wars fans really got a treat out of this episode because of the fact it's Cad Bane. The fact that they introduced him here makes me more excited for we could get more Cad Bane appearances down the road. And this is what I'm hoping for. We can get some live action Cad Bane appearance. Like, I want him to make his live action debut. I think they can introduce him in the Book of Boba Fett. For those of Star Wars fans that may not know, or the Clone Wars fans, there was a deleted scene where Cad Bane and Boba Fett in that full Mandalorian armor have a standoff. They both shoot at each other, although it seems like Cad Bane is dead. You see Boba Fett coming up, he's alright, like, because Boba Fett, that Mandalorian armor isn't a joke. When you see the fact that Boba Fett's head now has the iconic dent. The dent in Boba Fett's head was caused by Cad Bane shooting him. So maybe in the Book of Boba Fett, we can get a live action retelling of that scene. If they recreate that scene, I think Star Wars fans are in for a good treat.
For a treat indeed. That'd be so cool. Well, I think that's a great place to end on. We've reviewed some great scenes, and I think overall, great. I don't know what else to say.
I think even though we had to stumble on a few fillers, I feel this for second quarter was more stronger than the first quarter. I feel like, especially with episode 8, it's truly an entertaining ride for Star Wars fans. But that caps it off.
I just want to say thanks for listening.
Thank you all so much for watching once again. As always, please show your love and support through the subscribe button and the like button. And as always, Star Wars fans, may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.